Hello, friends, and welcome to another episode of Express Lane, the show that gives you speedruns in 60 minutes or less. I'm your host, Oscar424, with occasional guest appearances from Galahad and Freya, the corgis. I think they're getting sick of me saying that because they're kind of asleep right now, and I don't know where they are. Well, one's right there, but doesn't matter. Anyway, today we are going to be celebrating the holidays with the holiday nightmare of 3 horror games because, you know, Christmas always encroaches on Halloween, so it's about time Halloween encroaches on Christmas. Right? Right. So before I get into that, before I explain the runs that are coming up, I have a couple quick announcements. First and foremost, what you should do is head over to GamesDoneQuick.com/hotfix to learn about, well, this show and all the other shows that are coming up this week. There's a really nice schedule that gives all the good deets and fun info about all that. Also, just as a reminder that you should be joining us on February 17th and 18th for a celebration of Black speedrunning talent and Black joy, because unapologetically Black and Fast is back. Submissions are now open for UBAF through January 9th. So if you're interested, make sure you use that command !UBAF in chat for more information. But anywho, looking at that schedule, we got a pretty good schedule. I know I kind of got a little bit of a glimpse ahead of time. We've got some Resident Evil 4 Remake, Separate Ways DLC. We've got the Chant, the Gloom Below DLC, which is both pretty awesome. But first, I want to bring you to the Second Monitor with his run of Darkwood. So, Second Monitor, take it away.
Hi, I'm the Second Monitor, and today we'll be speedrunning Darkwood, and I'm going to pray that I don't die and fail the run.
Mood.
It's happened
100%
to me a couple times while I was practicing, which made me a little nervous for this, but it's okay. It's okay.
Hey, you'll be fine.
All right, we ready to jump into it?
Absolutely. Just give the countdown, and we'll get started.
Cool. There's going to be a loading screen first, and then we go.
Alrighty.
Normally, whenever you speedrun this game, you would reset continually until you get a good seed, which means that I have seen this loading screen so many times. It's the absolute worst.
It's like the best friend you wish you never had.
Oh, here it comes. Start.
Good luck.
Thank you. Now, hopefully, we get a good time, or a good seed, rather. Hopefully, we get a good time, too. Probably not going to PB, because this game is incredibly RNG heavy. Everything from the seed to what items you find to whether or not you get ganked by enemies. Let me double check this map here. So we're going to come down to here, then we're going to run up here, go over here, and then up there. And that's the first half of the run. That's a big part about learning how to speedrun this game, is learning where to go just by looking at a mostly blank map.
Oh, wow. So it pretty much stays that blank the whole time, or do you fill it up as you progress?
You fill it up. Normally, you fill it up as you progress. Here, we will find locations and we will completely ignore them.
Nice.
What's interesting about this game is that you actually can't see where you are on the map unless you're at a location. So you need to get pretty good at like being aware of where exactly you are, because otherwise you can just get totally lost. And I've done that I don't know how many times.
I have issues finding my way out of a one-sided paper bag, so this would be a fun run for me.
I am right there with you. I have no concept of direction. When I was in college, every time I would drive to Walmart, I had Google Maps out on my phone.
Right? I can respect that.
This is one of the 3 doors in the game where you just have to know the code to. This one's easy. It's all 3s. Normally you have to go like fight a guy and you'll find a piece of paper that has that code, but we just ignore that. In these woods, there is a dog, a big dog somewhere. He will fight us. We don't want to fight him, so we try to ignore him. He's normally in the middle, so we just go bottom or top. Typically you go bottom because that's where the village is. That's where we need to head. to this little spot right there on the map. And this early section of the run isn't too bad. It's once we get into the area after this one where things get dicey, and that's where I most often die if I lose a run.
Gotcha.
Oh, doggo somewhere. He's coming after us. It's okay. Now, it is unfortunate. Normally what you want for luck is there will occasionally just be like dead bodies lying around that you can loot for items, and we want to find pills or bread because they give us a stamina buff that will let us run longer. You know, obviously that's good for speedrunning, but looks like we're not going to get lucky and get any. Whereabouts are we? Cool. So you could see there for a second when I had the map open, that spot was highlighted red. The map shows you where you are, but only if you're at a location. But in between, it gives you no indication.
Gotcha.
Here we are. Here's the village.
I will say I love the aesthetic and the ambient noise.
Oh my god, it's so good.
Oh,
I have listened to the soundtrack of this game by itself, and most of it is just ambiance. But God, does it set a mood?
I believe you. 100% believe you. Question chat, is the doggo coming after us for pets? Yeah, there's a standard of petting the doggos.
There is one dog in the game at the very, very end. I don't believe you can pet the dog, which is unfortunate.
Aww.
I remember the first time that I played this game and beat it, I had been Pavloved to attack dogs on sight. That whenever I saw the dog, I instantly tried to kill it. And before I realized, oh, that is my pet dog.
Oh no.
Which was unfortunate. Anyway, you kill that lady, and then you eat her bread, and then we leave.
And like, what do you have for weapons to defend yourself?
Right now, just that torch.
All right, then.
So the reason why we had to kill her was because we need to get to an area to kill another guy. Well, first we have to go to his house. But for that place to become unlocked, you have to load it in by killing her. So we just do that. Here soon we will... Is this the right way? Yeah, cool. We go straight north. Here soon we will be getting another weapon, which isn't technically required. You can skip it, but it will make the second half of the run very perilous, because once you're into Chapter 2, there are enemies that you will fight that will not stop chasing you.
Ooh.
So you could technically do the whole thing with the torch, but it's just so much safer to get the axe coming up. It does lose a little bit of time, though. Nope, nothing. Maybe here? Nope, nothing. All right, this is the place where I most often die during runs. It's very, very dark, and it has some pretty powerful enemies. We just ran past two of them down there. They're called red chompers. And, oh, I didn't even see him. It's fine. He's fine. Let's see. Oh, my God. Okay, hopefully this... Oh, no. I can hear him. Okay, run. It's very dark. There are traps.
Oh no.
It's okay that we're taking damage, because here soon we will need to die. It's just that dying too soon means that it is a dead run.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, it's not the worst thing in the world, but you're definitely not going to be setting any records if you die this early. Or at all. There's one point where we want to die, so that way we can go back to the spawn point.
Oh, okay.
Which is why it's fine that we're taking a little bit of damage. That way we can die faster. Ooh, gosh. There's something. Where are we? Here we go. All right, so this is the doctor's house. In here, we're going to go get a code, steal some ice and some meat, and then kill a guy and steal it from his house. That's where we get our actual weapon. Okay.
So the wiggly that you're doing with the lights, that's like I use scientific speedrun terms here, like wiggly.
It's fine. I call this jiggle running because you jiggle. The reason is because you go a little bit faster instead of going like in a zigzag. You're going like more of a straight line. So it's just a little bit faster than just using the 45-degree angles. That trap there, you can avoid that if you're good. I'm not good, so I pick it up.
I mean, last time I checked, I think aren't you like a little like a world record holder or something?
I do have the world record in this category. Yeah. This is the second code you need to know. It's 8459.
845.
And this,
Chat, remember
this
that.
is the third one. This is random every time. So 3882. 3882.
Not me writing those down.
Yeah. I don't know.
Chat, there will be a test.
I think in my world record run, I forgot and I had to check in the menu.
Oh no.
So yeah, we're going to eat this meat and then we're going to steal this man's ice. We can totally ignore the fact that there are dead body parts in there. All right, now we're going to yabonk this guy. Yabonk. And steal his key. And now at this point, the torch is totally useless. So we don't bother wasting time to swapping out of it to save its durability. As if you have the torch out, its durability goes down over time. But now we don't care. So this is the part you can't... Oops. This is the part you can skip if you want to be risky. I don't. So we grab the axe. And that's a weapon for the rest of the run. You only need the axe at one other I guess two other locations. You need to kill the doctor, which is where we're going now. And then we need to... you have to hit like a mushroom-covered ventilator or something that like knocks you out and you go on like a crazy-ass trip. Okay. From here, we're heading there. This is really nice because I just ran this exact seed before stream, so I have an idea of where I'm going, what I'm doing. But even though all the major locations are in the same spot, everything else is still totally random. Like the placement of enemies, like specific trees and everything, that's all totally up to RNG. Oh, hello. Oh, no. Hopefully he doesn't see us. If he does, it'll be bad news. Okay, we're fine. Okay. I'm pretty sure there is another enemy that stalks the outside of these rooms. Hopefully we don't... Oh, okay, not him. He's fine. Specifically a chomper. Whereabouts are we? Cool. Straight right from here.
Yeah, the number of times I've seen you play it or I've played it, and there's the enemy just at the edge of my light, and I miss it, and then all of a sudden, I'm like, why am I taking...
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I thought I saw something.
Let's see. We're probably a little south, I would imagine. Yes, here we go. The code was 3889, I think?
3882.
82.
There's 8459 and 3882.
3882.
Thanks.
3882. Sick.
Chat's got her back.
Now we're going to swap that over because the bread is a little more valuable, I think. So 3882. Here we go. And now we run in, we heal bonk this guy. Nice. Heal the key, and now we want to die. Luckily, there are some mushrooms we can step on to deal a little bit of damage to ourselves. This is another... I think in my world record run, I got really lucky, and there was like just a patch of mushrooms that killed me in like 10 seconds.
Oh, nice. Actually, while you're looking for mushrooms to stomp on, someone asked in chat if there's like a Cliff's Notes version of the lore as to why we have to kill a doctor.
So, my God. Basically, you, the character, come in here with that key that we just took, right? In an underground like passage. That key is the only way in and out. He stole it. We got it back from him. That's the Cliff Notes.
Gotcha.
So now we're way back at the start. where we began. I don't know why we had to kill the old lady earlier, lore-wise, but that you needed to load in the house that we went to where we got the axe. God, the lore for this game is incredible. What were you saying?
It was a lore bearing old lady.
Yes.
Instead of a load bearing granny.
Yeah. All right. We're gonna run in here. There's a bear trap right behind this door, but we should just be able to avoid it. We come here, we get this bread, and we get that bread and those pills. And that should be all the stamina items we'll need for the rest of the run, hopefully. Oh, gosh. All right. This next section coming up is going to be very dark, pretty much blind. So there's not going to be a whole lot to see.
Is there any way to make it more visible, or is just this is it, period?
This is it. You can have a light source, which is what is intended, but we're gamers, so we don't use light sources in this game.
Fair point. That is a legitimate reason.
If you want, there is a light source coming up that I could just stop to try to get. If it's just better for the video.
It's fine.
Cool. Perfect.
I'm sure chat's used to not seeing much of anything.
I believe the former world record holder, he does in fact pick up the light source that's right here, but
oh,
I'm not quite sure why. You really don't need it. But yeah.
So creepy of a sound. I love it.
It's so ominous. I remember the first time, it took me like probably 10 minutes to get through here just because I didn't want to move. I am an absolute coward. It's a miracle that I played this game at all. All right. Here we can pause the timer. We've got another loading screen.
Actually, while it's loading, since this is the glitchless category, what kind of glitches are available in the game if you were to run it?
Oh gosh,
those?
I haven't run it, but I do know I have watched the world record run. I can remember too. The area that we just went through, you can totally like skip that. You can start the timer again. Where it's completely pitch black. You just have to find the stairs by running. I don't know how. And then where are we going? I think down there. This section is also totally random. It's independent of the first seed you get. So the seed you get here can make or break a run. With a good seed, you want it to be like to the north because that's typically pretty close. But here we did not get that luck. And then the second glitch is you can find and pick up these exploding barrels that you can then place down later. If you place them on top of your player character's hitbox, it can push you through walls, which will let you skip pretty much the whole first half of the game.
Oh, all right then.
And while we're waiting for this, I will go ahead and grab that. This area can also very quickly result in a death if you get ganked. Hopefully that doesn't happen here. Knock on wood. Uh-oh. That's really that's very unfortunate. Okay. So the enemy that's attacking us right now is the worst enemy to be attacked by, in my opinion. Oh, we might die. Where is he? This is one of the ones that you just have to fight. It's fine if you die here. Mainly because you don't have to run too far away. Cool, we're good. Where were we?
Nice.
That's why it's good to have an axe. It's just in case that happens. Something similar happened to me during the world record run where I was just getting beat up on by so many guys, and I almost died in that run. Would have killed it.
Jeez.
Right near the very end. Because after this section, the run's pretty much over. It's pretty hard to lose once you... Ooh, not another one. Once you know what you're doing. It also took me... Oh gosh, where are we? I don't want to be in this fog. It also took me a long time to figure out where to go during this, because it's a lot harder to see where to go on the map to the radio tower, which is where we're headed. And I make no promises about getting it right this time.
And actually, a quick question, chat. Why are you hopping backwards?
I can show it right here. So this is very slow, and running in the swamp eats up so much of your stamina if you look in the top left, whereas jumping backwards is more efficient and you go farther with it. I call it swamp walking because you mainly do it in the swamp. Anywhere we're here. You can. It's the green tree tells you, and you just run through here.
Nice.
This is another section that's mainly going to be done in the dark. There's also going to be potentially some flashing lights, so be warned. There we go. Look at that. I will do my best to avoid looking at the things that cause the flashing lights, but see, like that. If it's not crazy intense, but it can be kind of jarring if you look at it for too long or if you're too close to it.
Gotcha.
Run through here. Oh.
Yeah, where's we put on a warning to chat.
See, like that. Okay.
Oh, I see what you mean.
All right. We'll kill this guy just for the sake of it. Typically, you don't need to, but 8684 is the last code. 8684. And now we don't need to remember anything else ever again.
Nice.
Okay. And at this point, the run's pretty much over. There's really no more risk of losing or dying. There's a small risk, but that's mostly it. So we will, open this door. And then while that's opening, we can adjust our inventory a little bit.
Actually, another question I saw, are the locations in the maps RNG, or is it just like items and codes?
Items, so some of the codes are RNG. The items, okay. In each seed, there are major locations. Those are not changed from map to map. Minor locations, totally random. The location of corpses and whatnot, totally random, and the items that are on them are totally random. Things like the ice that we picked up, the axe, those are not random. Those are static.
Okay.
And that's where most of the RNG comes in, is just hoping to find good items or not getting ganked by enemies, because enemy locations are also pretty random unless they're tied to a specific like in-world location, like the church.
Gotcha.
So to answer your question, yes and no. Here, all you have to do is follow the shiny stones, the little glowy things. You just go wherever they lead you to. All right.
And yeah, with you mentioning your thoughts on horror, scary stuff, what got you into running this then?
Gosh, I remember the first time I heard about this game. It was in like 2014 or something. Like a Markiplier had made a video on it, and then years later the game came out, and I was like, "Hey, that looks good." So I started to play it. And I fell in love with it. God, I don't remember how long it took me to beat it the first time. Probably a while, because I'm a wuss. And eventually I had just played it so much that I had gotten kind of bored of it. But every now and again, I would just get the itch to play, and I would play for like an hour or two, and then just stop and not touch it again for months. And I didn't want that to happen again. Hang on, I have to count here.
Oh, go for it.
1, 2, 3, go. Nice. Hopefully we don't get bit. We got bit. It's fine. And so I figured, why not try speedrunning it? The final frontier of one of my favorite games. And so I just went to speedrun.com, looked at the world record speedrun. I messaged the world record holder, and he got back to me and was like, yeah, here's how you do it. And I was like, cool. So then I did it. And then after like a month or so, I got world record.
Nice.
Anyway, you can now no longer lose the run at this point if you know what you're doing. If you don't go the right way in here, you can lose, but that's why I say just follow the shiny stones.
And chat, yeah, perfect example of anybody can speedrun a game, pick up a game that you like, and just go for it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I remember my first ever time I ran this, I died like 4 times in a row. But once I finished a run, I got 32 minutes, which was like second to last place. And then like 10 runs later, I was second place. This game is not hard to run. It's just a lot of RNG.
Mm-hmm. It's like, honestly, that happened with my first speedrun where, yeah, it was a game that I would pick up occasionally. And then I was like, oh, let me see if I can speedrun it.
Yeah.
And yeah, so, oh, that's not a creepy face at all.
Yeah. Yeah, run into the guy's mouth, you know.
Just a casual Monday thing. Oh my goodness.
Oh gosh. All right, and that's the last dream sequence done.
Nice.
At this point, it's just a whole lot of running. But I don't know if there's like questions chat has or that you have or anything, because at this point I don't have to pay attention. I can brain dead the rest of this.
Chat, you heard the man. You have questions, we'll get answers.
You've got like 5 minutes or something. I don't know. What's the current time on the speedrun?
Right now it's a little bit behind, so it's about 24. Okay. 45-ish.
Cool.
But yeah, it's are there like other games you're looking to pick up and play from a speedrunning standpoint, or is it just kind of this is my game and this is my little happy place? It's scary
very
dark.
Much, this is my game. I have thought about trying to learn how to speedrun the Dishonored games because I really like those as well.
Ooh.
But I just haven't looked into it at all.
Oh, that would be nice.
I adore those games. I remember whenever Dishonored 2 came out, I was in high school and I spent what little money I had. I pre-ordered it. I stayed up till midnight. I pre-downloaded the game actually. It was midnight. Nice. It was a school night. I tried to play it and my poor little computer just could not handle it.
Oh,
so I had to get a refund, and I didn't end up playing it until college, and I had the money to get a new nice computer. It was very sad.
Yeah. Also, people in chat are definitely the mention of Dishonored. They're like, yes, come to Dishonored. Oh yeah.
God, right now I'm going through my first ever Ghost, clean hands, no powers run in the second game.
Ooh.
I think I just finished the Addermeyer Institute. I'm going pretty slow with it, but
hey, everybody learns a little bit differently. Everybody plays a little differently. It all works.
I don't know if I'll ever be able to speed run that though, because that's just that's brutal.
Yeah, it was mentioned. Chat. It's a little bit of a sweaty run, sure.
Yeah, for sure. And it's just so much fun, though. I love that world.
Yeah, that is a nice one. Holy heck, that's a nice one. Let's see. Question chat, the meaning of life. The answer to that is 42.
As always.
As always. I see you are a man of culture as well.
I haven't read the book or watched the movie.
Hey, as long as you know. Sometimes it's all you need. Like, if there were people that were interested in learning to run Darkwood or start playing it, like, do you have any recommendations?
I have a video on my YouTube channel, actually.
Ooh.
Basically, it's just, I think the title of it is like how I got world record in my favorite game or something. It basically tells you about like the strategies with like what I'm doing now, the jiggle running, swamp walking. It tells you like how to go through the map, how to like locate the different major locations you need to go to. I think probably the biggest resource that it has, though, is there is a Google Drive folder that has images of all 9 seeds. What I did whenever I was learning, I just had the 9 seeds pulled up on my phone and I would just look at them. And it would show me exactly where to go and the pathing and everything. I didn't make those. I'm going to give credit to Plog, who was the former world record holder. He gave me those whenever I started running, and it only felt natural to like, give those out to anyone else who wanted to try to run. So
that's super cool.
It was very nice of him to help me out. Oh, we are almost at the end. We just have to go inside this building, up the stairs, and then go to bed, pretty much. For anyone who is wanting to run this game, though, I will say there is a potential glitch that you can get, which cost me world record, I think, twice. Yeah, I was very upset. Eventually, though, with my world record run, I ended up beating it by over a minute. So I'm not too upset about it. But I'll explain whenever we get there.
No, that's fair. Is there a reason for the word dupa on the ground, or?
No idea. I believe the people who made this game are like Polish, I think. So it's a bunch of languages that I don't know.
Gotcha.
Here's the dog that I tried to kill, by the way. Oh, you can pet the dog. Interesting. Nice.
Oh, yay!
Anyway, we just picked up a key in there. Do not shift click that key. Sometimes it will make the game think that you didn't pick it up. And that's what cost me the run. And basically, now that's it. That's the run. We can't move the character. We're over.
That's time? Nice.
That's it. What was the final time?
Give it a little bit of a second for the delay to catch up. It's probably just about 29:44, 29:45-ish.
Okay, cool. So that was with a totally random seed, not great RNG, and I still think that's 3rd place.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like the running community for this game is very small and very dead. It won't be hard to get a good spot on the leaderboard if anyone wants to pick this game up. So
are the 80% glitchless seed, like, does it have to be a random seed, or can you do it seeded?
Right now there is no set seed mode in the game. So what you have to do if you want a good seed is you just have to reset the run. You just load in, check the map, see if it's a good seed, and if not, you just restart until you get one, and that's what you have to run. Which that is the most annoying, boring part of any run, is just trying to get a good seed.
I totally get it.
There are 2 in particular that are good. One of them I call the God Seed because that's what Plog called it on his like maps. And then the second seed doesn't have a name. There's a number associated with it, but I don't remember what it is. But it's in the YouTube video if anyone wants to watch it to figure all that stuff out.
But yeah, no, GG's everybody. Chat.
Thank you.
Put your GG's in chat. If they want to see you, like where you are online, what you're playing, give us your plugs.
I am the second monitor on everything. It varies from place to place. Sometimes it's the second monitor spelled out. Sometimes it's a second as in a 2 in D. I think that's what it is on Twitch. Normally, I do like Pokemon stuff. I'm trying to find other things to do though. So if anyone has like any suggestions for speedruns or whatnot, hit me up. I want to branch out and do more things.
So Darkwood officially confirmed like a fever dream lavender town, basically.
True. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
I love it. Yeah, thank you so much for showing off Darkwood.
Thank you.
It is such a creepy, cool looking game, and I'm so glad.
It's so good.
But yeah, chat, sit tight, take a quick hydration break, and we'll be back with some more of this wonderful holiday nightmare on Express Lane. So stay tuned, friends. Hello and welcome back, friends, for the continuation of our Holiday Nightmare episode of Express Lane. Oh, we have an amazing run that we are going to dive right in feet first to. But before I do that, I do want to mention that as an FYI, prize submissions are live for Awesome Games Done Quick 2024. So if you are a crafty person and you have a unique gaming prize that you would like to submit, like one we were talking about before we came back on air, you might want to head to gamesdonequick.com for some more info. But you're going to have to hurry because submissions do close on January 1st. And also, just as a quick reminder, if you like what you're seeing on this wonderful hotfix episode of Express Lane, just remember that those subs, those Prime Gaming subs, your gift subs, and any bits cheered on the GDQ Twitch channel help support Games Done Quick Hotfix and shows like this one. So if you enjoy watching your speedruns daily, consider subscribing to the channel. And I believe there's a little perk this December for related to bits, so you might want to check that out too. But that all said, we are moving on to our next wonderful run with a wonderful runner and fellow commentator. We are doing the Chant the Gloom Below DLC with Big Scared. So, hello, friend.
Hello. Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to show this DLC.
Yeah, when you first submitted this, I'm like, I need to find the perfect time to do this. And you are mine now.
Yes. DLC obtained. We have also obtained the support of my Chaos twin, JPEG.
Hello.
Please say hello.
Hi. Yes, I am here to be an agent of chaos and maybe give some actual commentary, but that remains to be seen.
Commentary? What is that?
Yeah. I'll be commenting.
Luckily, this has so much to comment on, not just from like a speedrun standpoint, but just from like an experiential standpoint. So please, if you have anything that you want to know about this while we go through it, Asuka, hit me with it. I want to know.
Done and done.
All right. So run begins once we select the difficulty here. It'll give us a little prompt and we'll go in. So let's get that started in 3, 2, 1, let's jam.
A person of culture.
Now,
yes.
The taste level is high here tonight. We love camp, we love anime, we love memes, and this game has a little bit of all of that. Don't mind the meat that we are currently napping on. Never mind that.
That's part of the taste of meat.
Yeah. Yes. We are
Dad, I looked up and saw meat.
Welcome to the titular Gloom Below. The Gloom is it's like an alternate dimension that is somewhat alive in and of itself. And so this area is very fleshy. And it comes with all that beautiful foley of being a fleshy space. So shout out to all the headphones enjoyers right now. We got extra salt here. The cool thing about this is that it is a experience with a lot of randomization. We got a bad spawn on that item right there.
Wow, what a great example.
There are several layers of randomization to this experience. Item pickups is the first one. It's the one we're going to get the most. Oh, we got frogs in here. You could potentially have a group of enemies that are humanoid. You could potentially have a crawling enemy in here. Frogs are not my favorite because they explode when they die in this DLC for some reason. It's very fun and cool when they don't give you an extra heal outside of this room because your item spawns are randomized. So, that's just a sample. We got to get away from this big boy here. Oh, nope. That was risky. Let's get away from him. And they all took each other out, which was nice.
That's thoughtful.
That's another feature of this DLC that we're going to exploit at several points, is the enemies can damage each other.
This thing?
Which I don't think was present in the main game, and if it is, it's so, like, uncommon that I never noticed it. But we're in a risky position here because we have low bars all the way around, so I'm hoping they're giving me mushrooms. Yes!
And what are the different bars mean? All that funness.
All right. Yeah, so the one with the brain is our mind bar. It's essentially a sanity mechanic. If it dips too low, she'll start to panic. This has a trade-off. It'll give you a speed boost when you're running around, but it'll also put you in a very vulnerable state where 1 to 2 hits can kill you automatically. So it's something that I will exploit, but I'm never happy about it. Oh, gotta get that off fast. This is a bad spawn room. I do not like a jumper in this room, and we have one here. Mostly because this crawling enemy can pounce on you, and if they grab you, it's like it's a whole thing where they can do damage to you and kill you instantly if you don't mash out fast enough.
And it takes forever. Like the animation.
It's one of the longest animations,
is
yeah.
unbelievably long on top of it. So insult to injury.
Yeah. Hey, JPEG, I picked up an item in the other room. Do you want to tell chat what it is?
Hold on. Wait, what was it?
Is it the witch stick?
Was it the witch stick?
No,
Or was it
it's
an
the
egg?
egg. Would you like to talk about the egg?
Oh boy.
Well, have you all wanted to get some more protein in your smoothies? Because we're going to be making a smoothie and we require eggs for it, specifically egg juice.
Yeah, we're going to be
so
blending it.
If you wanted to blend an egg to get egg juice, and this smoothie will become basically a lovely potion of dye instantly for some important things that we need to get through later. But if you'd like to stay healthy and get your protein in and drink your egg juice, be like Gaston from Beauty and the Beast, then this is the game for you.
It is a gloom egg sack. Everything in here has really fun and interesting names, like plasma sack, egg sack, eye sack. Otherwise, it has a lot of similar nomenclature where it'll be like, oh, this is a Manda Core, this is a Manda Leech. These ones are just cultists, so don't worry about these homies. We'll deal with them very quickly. This is a good broom as far as RNG spawn is considered.
I like how you've upgraded.
Don't smack me.
From the fire switch to the to the Moonlight Greatsword from Dark Souls.
Yes, the what is this called? The incandescent dagger or something like that. It is a dagger made out of the crystals that grow here, the ones that give you spiritual powers like stasis damage amp here. I mentioned randomization. The abilities are also randomized. So this shows up in 2 ways. The first way is the sequence that the cards show up from those people that you pull the first ability from. The damage amp is the one that I want there always, but sometimes it can show up in the 3rd slot, which is just arbitrary time loss. We're gonna make juice out of that eyeball real quick. I mean, out of the egg real quick.
The eyeball
we'll make
will be
eye
later.
juice later.
Yeah,
the eye juice is later. Later on, the randomization with skills shows up a little bit more intensely. We're going to talk to the man that's glued to the wall that we just walked past later on, and he's going to give us a couple skills at the same time. And we're going to hope that our luck of the draw is good there and we get the ones we want.
Like everyone has a random man glued to their wall, apparently.
He's not the only one. He's the one that's there to help us against our will. He is actually the enemy of the base game. Like the main antagonist of the base game. In fact, that is Monroe Anton, the founder of the cult. That is the reason for this place being here. He's not a good guy. And if you talk to him throughout your run, And this is much more typical in a casual playthrough. Like if you actually go and get his upgrades on a regular basis, he'll tell you a lot about his family, about how he feels about his daughter, about how proud he is of you for being such a good little cultist and using the magic powers. He has a lot to say, and I don't want to hear any of it. I don't like him. But we did just throw a bottle of lightning at these enemies, which expedited a lot of this.
And that lightning in a bottle was called a plasma sac, like what was mentioned earlier.
That's the illustrious plasma sac.
There's going to be a lot of that in case, this entire thing. I've heard this referred to as a womb level. The whole thing is womb level. We're just going to be on a Technicolor womb level adventure this whole time.
It's very vascular, yeah.
Yeah, it's fleshy, it's vascular. Oh, we're screaming. There's a lot going on. There's a lot to take in.
Now, you might notice that I'm doing some really interesting movement through here. It's because you want to exploit the sanity mechanic as much as you can without putting yourself in a path where you can get immediately grabbed. And so with that particular group of enemies, I had to do a lot of dodges to sidestep them. Whereas if, say, frogs had spawned over there, I could have just walked around them like this.
Politely scooting around the frogs. Also, I'd like to just point out that this is like one of the really cool things, and this kind of pertains to the main game too, is how bright and rich the colors are. I know everything is like fleshy and disturbing, but it's so nice to see a horror game that uses color so richly.
Right?
And we're gonna go through so we have blue, we have orange, we have green, yellow, red, and purple. So we get to see the whole spectrum. It's super fun. And each of them are separated by area. So now we're in the orange area, and then next we're going to be in green. So you get a fun little taste of the whole rainbow. It's a bag of Skittles up in here.
I was just going to say, this is the Skittles game. I love it.
Chat, what's your favorite Skittle?
Mushroom.
Tell me.
Also, I'm curious in the statuesque face on the back of the character that I can't not stare at.
Yeah, that's a ceremonial mask. I'm so glad you asked about that, because that is actually the whole reason why we are traversing these various areas. The mask is a ceremonial mask that was used by the old cult. It was used to create a rift in the dimensions and allow us access to this dimension and the deific figure / Lovecraftian horror that lives here.
Let's do this.
We are specifically carrying it around with the intention of charging up all the crystals so that way we can get another rift to get out. We are gonna have to put that on somebody's face. Now, you might be asking why we made juice out of that egg, and it's to feed this hungry boy. He needs a Slurpee.
This is the potion of die instantly.
Yeah,
there you go.
Once you feed him, he goes away.
And now it's green. Bye-bye, orange. This is how this works.
And you might be thinking, because we're going in a particular sequence, that they get harder as they go. You'd be thinking wrong. This section here in the middle of the run is the hardest part of the game.
Yes.
And it's not necessarily the enemies that make it hard. It's the fact that we introduce a brand new mechanic, the Little Nightmares eyeball laser boss. That is omnipresent and will just Baja Blast you if it catches you in its beam. So we're going to avoid it.
I mean, if it's Baja blasting you in this green area, if it was in the orange area, would it be live wire blasting you?
Ooh, yes. And in the red area, it code reds you.
Oh, is it pitch black is the purple one, I think? Oh, jeez.
Not necessarily aptly named on their part, but I can forgive them for the refreshing beverages.
Hey, would you like some pitch black juice in this trying time?
May I interest you in a crystal sword and some pitch black eyeball juice in these trying times? Because if you are interested in those things, I have a game for you. It's called the Chant.
And trust me, the game mechanic is different here. This is actually, so the DLC is entirely like a roguelike, or there's ever so slightly some roguelite. There's a couple checkpoint things that you keep, but on the whole, it's a roguelike. When Big is doing these things, they are just kind of throwing caution to the wind and they don't know what's about to happen. But the regular game, while not being like this, has a lot of the same absolute disgusting chaos absurdity. So if you really like that, but you want something more consistent, maybe I'm just gonna plug the main game as well because it's super cool.
Yeah. The main game has much more consistent strats, especially for like speed strats. There's a couple glitches that we're trying to unlock the full potential of. So if you are a glitch hunter, I would like to formally invite you to join the community and help us look for them. As far as the DLC is concerned, we're still optimizing it. So this is a very fresh category. It's only been around for a couple months. The DLC launched in September. So this is a very new experience. And we're finding out new things about it every day. Why are you smacking me so hard? Get out of here.
Important question from chat, which is, why is she vomiting at the start of each combat? Well, that is an ability.
Yes, that is the green prism ability. That is specifically the skill that I rely on most for this run because I upgrade it in very specific ways. The first thing I do, which is the ability that I will pull off of the person in this zone to upgrade it, is to upgrade its capacity to recharge my spirit bar, which we did ask about earlier. Let me finish talking about those too while we're at it. As you upgrade your skills, you can upgrade your bars. So the mind bar is the top one. That's your sanity mechanic. The heart-shaped one is your body bar. It's essentially a health stat. And then your spirit bar is the other one. I have nothing for this fight. And that is your mana pool, essentially. I'm going to try to take this one out while I figure out what to do with the other one. This is bad seed, by the way, because normally I would have an extra plasma sack just for this room.
Yeah, and that's what we were mentioning before, is that, like, first of all, Casual Flex Big is the world record holder for this category, and also is just an absolute beast at this. So everything that they are doing here in terms of this combat is just on the fly, hoping for the best and handling whatever comes their way. And again, the hardest section of the game. So just absolutely
picked
like
up
a
just
delight.
enough craftables to melt that dude with some essential oils of all things. But these stations are unique to the DLC. They will recharge your mana bar fully if you stand near them for a short amount of time. So it is a trade-off in the speed run in exchange for a full bar. You don't gotta go searching for the extra mushrooms, which would otherwise refill that stat for you. This area here is the hardest room in the entire run. So I'm gonna focus. Jay, if you wanna expose why this room sucks, I would love for you to help me with that.
We were calling this, instead of the fight hide room in the, edited, we were calling this the fight fide room because it's really just a bunch of fighting and hiding. Because in case you haven't noticed, we are doing combat while that super sweet Baja Blast eye laser is chasing us. So periodically Big is in the middle of combat, which these enemies do not care about the laser, having to hide from the insta-kill button, basically, while Big just has to like hide and hope for the best. So it's waves and waves of enemies. So this goes on for a while. It's not like, okay, well, let's do one, let's keep going. No, that would be easy. That would be so nice. That's not what we're dealing with. Especially
And
in
we
the
just did that so effortlessly.
Nice.
Just a casual flex.
Asuka, I'm coming for you. I'm just gonna.
All right, we've got our spirit steel. We are set up for the rest of the run. At this point, I'm going to do the thing that I personally think might be optional. If there are folks out there that love just absolutely going in with no upgrades, I am curious if y'all can help me out with this and decide what the trade-off is of not talking to Monroe at all. I'm going to talk to Monroe next time we pop back to Nexus, so that way we can upgrade our green skill fully. I have a theory that not talking to him saves about 2 minutes. But if you talk to him, it'll make you so powerful that it'll save you about 2 minutes in combat. And so the science still needs to be done on this. The prismic science needs to be done.
And it could be done by you.
Yes.
We might be
Chat.
recruiting. We might be recruiting people into the cult by doing this. I'm just saying.
Good.
The math.
Good.
The math needs to be mathed.
By the way,
know,
you're in this
DLC
now.
Does let you wear shoes. So if you were curious about that, the answer is yes, you can wear your shoes down here.
The main game, you may not wear shoes.
No,
is-
it's forbidden.
Move quickly.
Also, I love the
Now-
Baja Blast eye laser is my favorite new saying. Accurate.
It is. It wants to Baja Blast you. And we're not done with it. It'll show up in a couple other areas here too, but that was the most horrendous part.
Take on the
Now, Monroe here has been trapped here for 40 years. Somehow he's very well preserved, given the fact that he is
Hurry up
glued to the wall. He's given me all the things I want, though, which thank you.
for you.
Thank you, Monroe.
He gave me everything I wanted.
Nice.
Oh, beautiful. On my record run, he gave me none of the skills I wanted. He gave me all orange skills, which is something I don't normally use. And it made me so mad that I got a PB that night.
I like how you thanked him by high-fiving his face.
Yeah, we stole his spiritual essence, essentially, through his face. I don't know how that works. It just works.
I mean, we're yelling like horrid little bee things at people too. So
Yeah.
there's a lot that's
So-
not explained here, and it's fine.
They're technically not bees. In the main game, there is an enemy that is a literal swarm of flies. I call her our bee sister just because I think bees are a little bit more intimidating than a swarm of flies. But the thing that we are producing is actually spores. They are the essentially the parasitic entities that will lay eggs in you and produce the large flower things on the wall if left undealt with. And so it's really funny that and not in like a ha-ha way, like funny in an interesting way, that she can produce those with no harm to herself.
Especially considering that they show up a lot in one section of the main game and are
Yes.
truly a nuisance there.
Yes.
So to have them here is, it's unique. It's a thing that's happening.
And to have them be like my go-to skill. I don't use these in the main game run. And I run both any percent on easy and on hard mode. And I don't use this skill at all in the main game. But here, the upgrades make it shred. You'll notice that I picked up all 3 green skills. What that does is when they are doing damage to enemies, it refills my mana bar so I can launch more of them faster. I also have an ability in there where it doubles the swarm, so there's 2 swarms of them out and about. And then the third one is more of a damage amp, and so it'll do more damage over time in more places in ways that help me more. And so it's so much more useful in this scenario. Now, this segment's a little weird because these 2 friends tend to be really annoying.
And you can see we're doing more Baja Blast eye laser situation.
Oh, I'm getting blasted.
no,
I'm getting blasted.
We're seeing it. We're seeing
heal,
it.
Heal. Okay, we're good. We can bully through.
Oh, please.
And
Oh,
that-
please.
that
Oh,
literally-
No.
Ah!
Oh,
No,
I'm
no, no.
so stressed out right now.
We're good. We're fine.
Oh.
Although something happened there that doesn't normally happen. The laser killed those 2 enemies that were harassing me.
The laser is your frenemy now.
It's a good boy
there's
laser.
a point. Yeah, there's a point where I'll be abusing these lasers to kill a boss.
but it's not right now. Let's just make that abundantly clear.
Yeah, no, it's not right now. We got to get to the red zone for that.
Mm-hmm. It's the noise too. Like the sound design is so good, but also it makes it so terrifying when the laser goes off and hits you multiple times. You're like, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die. Like full panic.
Yes, the very satisfying boop sounds are also extremely threatening.
When I think of threatening noises, boop sounds, not normally top of the list. However,
Yes. Today is different. This game hits different. In case y'all weren't ready for this, I mean, this is Holiday Nightmare, but did y'all think this is the nightmare you'd be having? I'm just wondering.
with egg juice and terrifying boops.
Yep.
Now, you might be asking if I care what skill I get here. No, I don't. Which is ironic because this crystal spell will summon like a whole radius of very painful crystals around my character if I use it correctly. I don't use it at all in this DLC, really. It's something I use a lot in the main game, though. So it's funny that the yellow and green swap for me. Other abilities that are really useful here, the blue one, the stasis one, that slows down time for the enemies around me. So good, especially with damage amp on top of it. The orange ability where you just get to yell. I don't really use it in this DLC. I don't really use it at all, really, in either set of runs.
It's really
my
pretty
favorite
much
thing
just
to do
good in
in life.
Skyrim.
Yeah. You can Fusto Raw in this game, but it just doesn't feel as good. Then there's the invisibility spell, which I will use exactly once on this run. And then there is the red crystal spell, which summons the zombie lackeys to grab out of the floor. And I will use that in crowds, but it's not my go-to. It's not my preference.
It's just good crowd control.
It's really good crowd control. But when you have two swarms of these things, you don't really need crowd control because it just shreds the whole crowd. Now, this is our friend. They're also our enemy. In this segment, I have to kite this enemy around and hope they destroy the right sections of the wall for me. But they're invincible, so I cannot stop them. I can only slow them down.
As they proceed to send lasers directly at your face. Yep. This is just a big ol'... That's basically the entirety of the red area is just... It's a long kite mission in the worst, most stressful way.
My first time playing through this section, I was panicking. But now I realize once you know where you need to go, it's fine. The hard part is knowing where to go. And if you're in a panic state when all the color drains from the world like that, it makes it really hard.
Yes. Because the colors help you navigate so much. Like, I know it's kind of just like a little bit of an assault on the eyes right now, but there are so many color indicators that as you play the game that become more and more clear that when you go into panic state and everything goes black and white, it just amps it up 1,000%. And it gets real dicey real fast while you're trying to take the cool dog for a walk.
Now I'm gonna stand in front of this one because I need it to break this. It gave me the quick attack.
Okay.
The laser is very stressful, but it is the faster of the two things it can do. If you disrupt the laser, it will simply walk over to you very slowly and try to smack you, which is not fun. Picking up that mushroom saved my life.
Thank you, Mushroom.
It was Beyblading
Thanks,
at me.
Mushroom.
Did you see?
It was. It was like the spinning things from I'm so sorry, Wild Wild West, in the cornfield.
Yes. Yes.
That's what's happening. We're just gonna I'm gonna keep coming up with unhinged references, y'all.
Perfection. I'm gonna stand here and hope that it zaps.
Please.
It's not. It's gonna walk over. Oh, it's zapping. Perfect. It faked me out.
I got you.
It got me.
You.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Got your nose.
Bazinga.
It truly dangerous booped your nose.
Did.
Yes. Oh, there's latchers in here. This is gonna be spicy.
in case you didn't know
there's
what
so
latches
many
do,
friends
they
in here.
latch. They certainly latch.
There's so many friends in here.
There's. Sorry about your ears, everybody.
I can't do anything. I have to run back and stand in that gloom circle. Because sanity mechanics are fun. And they make it so that way you can't attack either. You simply have to run.
Because you're having a panic attack.
And what does the gloom circle do?
It recharges your mind stat and it takes you out of the panic state.
Gotcha.
So there's charging stations essentially for 2 out of your 3 bars. You cannot use any like fixed map locations to restore your health. You have to look for ginger pickups for that specifically. No!
These cool dogs are being rude to you right now.
They're not being very cool dogs.
No.
Get melted.
And again, while Big went through it with like incredible, like being very chill about it power before, the green and then the red are probably the most nightmare colors of the entire run.
Yeah, and the red sucks specifically because we're coming into this boss sequence. Now, I mentioned earlier that we're going to be using lasers against an enemy. Our friend, the weird dog that's been following us around shooting us with lasers, is going to be in here. And we're going to need to use its lasers to activate these bigger lasers in order to do damage to it without taking the damage from the arena. If it sounds like it's horrible, it's because it is.
You're so right.
But we got the first laser.
This one feels reminiscent of
We got the second laser.
Ooh.
beautiful. You are like killing this right now. There's like a fight in the main game that involves like these crystal towers that you're trying to like push over and interact with. And to me, this fight like reminds me of that, even though like it's not 100% the same. They have they have a similar energy, which feels weird to say in this game where that's a pretty common theme.
No,
is
it's
energies.
a very similar picture.
Yeah. Except instead of knocking them over this time, we're riding them and sending them spinning and spiraling.
Okay, that should be enough. Perfect.
Beautiful.
Nice.
I'm very sorry for the extra wet noises in this area. I don't know why red is so juicy. It just is.
Blood. Like the little
Blood.
kid.
Blood. And bits of sick.
This is where all the unused egg juice ends up.
Yes.
You're so right.
You have cracked the code. And
have.
potentially cracked the egg, but you know.
You're right. Now, you'll notice that I just made juice out of a bone. I don't have a good explanation for that. But what I am going to do is I'm going to mix it with the juice that I got from my eye and the other thing, and then I'm going to make some more bone juice. And we're going to take it back into the blue zone.
Hey, is bone juice not just milk? Like, just curious.
How can you say something so brave and so controversial?
I don't know.
I just think this is what it looks like behind the scenes of like every Fear Factor episode ever.
Yes. Hi,
What juices are you playing with today, Pinky?
Welcome to Kitchen Nightmares. Oh no. Gordon Ramsay
Well, the
is
truth
furious.
about the bone juice, at least in this game, is that it makes enriched mercury, which is an item that we do have to use in the main game for the lighthouse sequence. It's what actually starts up the lighthouse. So the fact that we're using it here in a very different context is super interesting to me. I don't have a good explanation for it, though. There's 2 frogs, though, and I'm just gonna use the one against the other as best as I can. Because they're gonna laser, and I would like them to not.
I feel like the fact that we have twin frogs here with red and blue eyes, Devil May Cry calls. And they want their twins back.
True.
Oh, and then you upset one, and then he turned purple. Beautiful. We're learning about so many colors.
Also, we have a lot of very intelligent chefs in chat. They are pointing out that the bone juice would be a bone broth.
That's true.
Ooh,
it would be
delicious.
A bone broth, like a stock. Mm-hmm.
Chat is a smart chat today.
True.
Delicious.
Thank you, Chad.
All right, they gave me regen first, which is actually the skill that I want here.
Nice.
For a lot of these, I don't care, but for that one in particular, I like to have it when I'm going into this final section, because this final area is wave combat, of all things, which is exactly what I expect from my third-person survival horror game with melee focus, is wave combat.
Yeah.
But we're in here, and we've fed that rainbow mouth what is known as a rebus poison. That's what the game calls it. It's the combination of the eye juice, the bone juice, and the egg juice. And it gives us access to Tyler's dad. Tyler is the new cult leader in the main game. He's around. Essentially what happened here is Tyler's dad wanted to escape the cult so bad that he brokered a deal that he was never going to win, and he gave too much of himself to this space, and it tried to devour him, and now we're here.
I love you giving that whole explanation while picking up absolutely everything from the sides of the arena and just looting it.
Yes. So this arena, everything respawns as you go. So pick it up.
Very nice.
It gives you everything you need, which is actually something that's true of most of the arenas in this game. I say most because, with the exception of the start of the game in the blue area, RNG doesn't have the ability to ruin your time too badly. The blue area is the exception here just because there's so few stuff that you've picked up at that point. But here, you can just sort of throw everything, and it's fine. It'll just respawn. In the arena with the big frogs, everything respawns in there too. So if you were to actually walk around and collect the lots of items just sort of sitting around in there, they would respawn. Fun fact, the run ends at the end of this wave combat. So there's going to be 6 waves total, 1 for each color, plus a rainbow wave with some of the invincible enemies in it. And once the invincible enemies die and fade to black, that's when the run ends. So I'll call it out when we get there, but we're not far at all.
I like the interesting thought of the invincible enemies die. It's like, wait,
Yeah. They die on their own. They just decide to do it.
oh, well, that's kind of them.
Getting a lot of Silent Hill 2 vibes from this.
Yeah, it's really funny. They just sort of fall over. They just decide they're done.
The missile is EB and needs
The
to
missile
neb.
is EB and needs to sleep. You're so right.
Like, I too, if I were an enemy in a wave combat situation, would eventually just go, I've done enough.
Yeah.
Good night. I do love that, like, since our goal here is to overload the heart, like, the heart rate is getting faster and faster the whole time that we're doing this, because we are, in fact, overloading the heart of the gloom, essentially. So, apparently we are doing that by murdering everything in our path, which is a pretty efficient way to do so, I would suppose.
It's a pretty poetic ending, too, because, like, the whole reason why Vincent is down here is because he loves his family too much. Like, he followed his girlfriend, they had a kid, she wanted out, and so he sacrificed everything to make that happen. And so, like, we have to cut his dreams short here, right? We're fighting his hopes, his dreams, his love, his heart, his everything. This is the last group of folks that we're actually going to have to fight. The next wave will be the invincible folks that will just sort of die on their own.
While you take a victory lap around and pray not to get hit.
That's exactly what we're going to do. I'm gonna put on the invisibility spell and regenerate health while they come at me.
By the way, Big, this has
Look
been...
how beautiful this heart is, by the way.
That is
It
really
is.
cool looking.
Like I said, the rainbow, the rainbow aesthetic with the horror tied in is like absolutely, it's top notch. Like unironically, I love that about this game. As you know.
So when these two fall over, it will fade to black. That's when time happens.
Come on, take a nap. Take a nap.
I'm guessing 3, 2, 1, and time.
Big. That was
Nice.
so beautifully timed.
Ow.
I've been running this a lot lately. What did I get, by the way? What'd the timer say?
You got, it is catching up, 37,
Wait, hold on.
16. 37, 16
That is-
flat.
That's within a minute of the world record. So that is a very good
Lord.
run. A very good seed with some very bad spawns.
Just-
which I
yeah.
think says a lot about the RNG here.
Just a casual big scared flex.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, no big deal. No big deal.
Did we get good the facial expressions through this sequence that we're talking over are also very good.
It's so good. It's so good.
This
And
game
then
is so
random
campy. Yes.
But the fun thing about this ending is this DLC expands on one of 3 potential endings you can get in the base game. So you can get a mind ending, a body ending, or a spirit ending. For the any percent and Magister sort of base game runs, we typically go for the body ending. And so it's nice to see a different aspect of the story play out and to see what happens after these two survive, essentially. It canonizes one of the 3 choices, and it does lay groundwork for the sequel because the person driving this boat is Monroe, the dude that was stuck to the wall for 40 years.
Well then, what a crazy random
So-
happenstance.
Yeah.
I guess he had time for his boat license while he was down there. He wasn't doing anything else.
It's a correspondence class.
So good, so good.
I was going to ask if they canonized one of the endings of this, so it's kind of cool if they did.
Yeah. It's a nice little experience. It has a lot of replayability just because of how many elements are circumstantial. And it gives you a lot of freedom to play with your build. I know I use a particular set of instruments, but that does not necessarily mean they're the most effective tools to get through this.
Nice.
And I think it really rewards explorers here. I will also say the DLC has a map you can pick up. You didn't see it because I didn't pick it up, but it has a map, which is something the base game did not.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And then Big doesn't need it because they know where they're going, even in a like rogue-like situation. Casual flex, again. The amazingness of Big
I've
Scare.
memorized what the meat on the walls looks like, unfortunately.
Oh, that is your new bio, my friend. I've memorized what the meat on the walls looks like.
And on that note,
You can catch me memorizing what the meat looks like on the walls on my channel here on Twitch at twitch.tv/bigscared. I play a lot of horror content. I also play some rhythm games. I like RPGs and Souls-likes. So a little bit of everything happens, including just a dose of the chaos you saw here tonight. You can find me at other places on the internet as either Big Scared or I'm Big Scared. Look for this anime face, and if it's not attached to the profile, it's not me.
love it. JPEG?
Jay, where can we find you?
Are you memorizing meat on the wall?
I am constantly memorizing meat on the wall, but I'm just not as good at it as Big is. Hello, I am JPEG, as previously mentioned. You can find me on Twitch at JPEG_EXE, on the Bird app as at also JPEG, and the place you will probably hear from me next is Awesome Games Stuck Quick 24. So, yeah, it's gonna be a good time. Thank you for having me, seriously.
Oh, thank you both.
Thank you so much for having us.
It was so much fun to see that finally getting like showcased everything and all of its like Technicolor awesomeness. But GG's to both of you. Chat, give one more round of GG's, but don't go anywhere because we have one more run, and that is going to be Resident Evil 4 Remake, the Separate Ways DLC. So stay tuned and we'll be right back. All right, friends, we are back with our final run of this wonderful Holiday Nightmare episode of Express Lane. Before we get into the run proper, I have two quick things that I just want to say. First and foremost, as always, if you're watching on YouTube, hello from the past, but make sure you press that like button on this video live right now and consider just subscribing to the channel. Plus, if you want, you really should go to twitch.tv/GamesDoneQuick and watch our shows live. It's like 2 for the price of 1 to watch this. Also, since you are on YouTube right now, if you missed any of our other Hotfix shows, check out the VODs in youtube.com/GamesDoneQuick and watch all of the warm, fun, awesome. I forgot the word warm for a second there because words are hard on Monday. That said, we are at our final run of the night, which is Resident Evil 4 Separate Ways New Game Plus by and chat. I will just say this, with our wonderful birthday girl, the one, the only Abby's Corner. So give some happy birthday love in chat as I am putting Abby on the spot right now. Hi. Hi.
Happy birthday!
Hello. Abby is best girl confirmed. Hi, friend.
Hi. I believe someone once said, I am the giggliest speedrunner they know. I believe you know that person very well, Oscar.
Yeah.
But yes, I am not alone on this day. I have two very, very knowledgeable individuals. If you would like to introduce yourselves, feel free.
Sure. My name's Catlink. I speedrun the main game for this, but I also adore Ada. She's fantastic. But yeah, I love me some Resident Evil, and I'm excited to see the birthday girl do her thing.
Hello, I'm Maxie. I do things fast as well. Happy birthday, Abby.
Thank you. Yes. So, without any further ado, in 3, 2, 1, let us begin the run. Now, you may have asked, why did I start on that screen? And it is because it turns the auto aim off for me instead of me forgetting that it's even on in the first place. Because unfortunately, when you play on assisted, they decided, let's always have auto aim on, which is terrible. And there's no way around it unless I do that. And we're right into a boss fight and dead. Aren't right?
Wait, what? All right then.
Indeed. And now we're also going to witness no audio happening, because if you play on any language outside of English, radio calls do not have dialogue to whoever Ada is talking to. I do not know why this was a decision that was made, but it was a decision that was made. Because I have played this game in French as well as Japanese, and it's just like, nope, no radio dialogue for you. And apparently this is a thing for Leon. I could have sworn that Leon had things, but no, because I went back and played through Professional recently, and it was like, no radio call dialogue. And I was like, huh, okay. And despite the fact that Wesker told us to stick to the high ground, we don't. We go to the low ground because it's faster. We're here for speed, not for caution. Espionage.
Also, I love that Ada has her tactical cat ears and cat tail going on right now.
Oh, yes.
For those that don't know why we have Catgirl Ada going on, why is that, Abby?
Infinite ammo. Not necessarily for the rocket launcher, but for everything else. Though, unfortunately, grenades don't count, which is kind of odd, but, you know, it is what it is.
Also, excellent question in chat. For those who are unaware of what New Game Plus is, or NG Plus, it's basically just starting a new game, but with extra stuff that you wouldn't have normally on a fresh game. So Abby has infinite ammo, a ton of weapons you wouldn't normally have right away, and as well some extra goods on the side, like flash grenades, regular grenades, etc.
Yes. Also, fun fact, you cannot hit this guy while on top of that thing. You have to jump down to kill him behind here. I tried it once, and it was like, no, he's not even spawned in yet. Oh, okay, fine. So hit that guy just so he doesn't grab me, and we're going up once again. As we're heading towards the bridge. We need the cow guy to kind of die, because if he doesn't, he shows up on the bridge, and that could cause some problems. So that's why I'm shooting the door, to make sure that he dies. Because if
We don't want any problems.
Yeah, problems are bad. Of course, I didn't do a glitch here because I just learned like half of it today, and I was like, let's go for consistency and safety rather than risking everything.
Yeah, that wouldn't be the most ideal thing, getting stuck out of bounds. There are a few out of bounds in this category. However, yeah, if you were to get stuck out of bounds, it's not a great time, and you'd have to restart from checkpoint, essentially.
And it looks like pacifism on the bridge has worked. I have the shotgun out just in case, because the shotgun is the only gun that I have that doesn't cause me to flinch, that knocks down enemies. But luckily, I was able to avoid all the shots, and we were fine. And I should be switching back to the rocket launcher right now, because we don't actually fight anything with a gun, because we have the power of grapple kicks to knock down the enemies and get them out of my way. Also, fun fact, you can fall down on this bridge and die. I found that out once upon a time in a tech check, and I was like, oh, that can happen? Interesting.
Surprise!
Well, those are the best times to find out things.
There we go. And then we're almost done with chapter 2. There isn't a lot of combat left, which is specifically why I have the rocket launcher, because the next thing we're going to fight is a boss. And get ready for some deja vu. As we
Blink and you miss it.
Indeed. Also, the weird thing is that Separate Ways has more load screens than Leon's story does. But then again, it is broken up more, whereas... Or no, I said that wrong. Whereas Leon's story is more broken up, and Ada's is not. There's only 7 chapters for Ada, 16 chapters for Leon. So right now, we're just walking by all these people. It's fine. They're just sitting here doing nothing.
They're docile. They're busy going to bingo.
La Campana.
And then we have the merchant. Unfortunately, we already bought everything, but he seems to think that we've never met before. Really strange. And
Stranger.
remember the deja vu? Oh, hello again. And oh no. Yes. Okay, that almost went bad. She almost went into phase 2, and that would have been dangerous. But we're good. She didn't go into phase 2.
We love that for her.
All right, there we go. And then we're about to end chapter 2 and go from there. And
Very nice.
go into a house very slowly, despite the fact that we are speedrunning. There's nothing I can do about that,
The house missed the memo.
I suppose. So in that cutscene that I skipped, Ada saves Leon from the big cheese. And yeah, of course, all the fun references to RE4 original are sitting in achievements / trophies. It's kind of unfortunate, but it is what it is. And now we have to go find a key.
They have changed from the original Separate Ways. They have changed a lot of things significantly for Ada. As someone who speedran the original, it's quite wild to see a 20-minute speedrun on the original go to like an hour.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I was going to ask what the differences were between the original Separate Ways and this one, but I didn't realize it was that big of a difference.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
added a lot for her, but I'm all for it because
I would say like 90% of what you're watching right now is not what happened in the original.
yeah.
Yeah, a lot of the stuff that was missing from Leon's story ends up here as well. So things like the giant crushy things, they're here. U3, who has a different name that I can't pronounce, is here. As a matter of fact, we've just fought her twice. And Wesker is on the island. Surprise! Spoilers that we won't see because I'm skipping the cutscenes.
Yeah, they added quite a lot for Ada, and just like more boss fights, more areas. Just yeah, like Maxie said, like 90% of things in Ada's campaign here is completely different from the original.
Yeah, like she's going to save Lewis right now. It's been a long time since I played Separate Ways original. I don't think she ever does that in the original.
No. She does. There's a lot of things she doesn't do in the original that she does in this one. So,
including being possessed. That's another thing. She's infected
that's a new one.
by the Plagas virus because of. I'm just going to call her U3. I'm sorry, everybody. So, and also it. You know, I said it was going to create a plot hole, but then I have to remember that Leon couldn't kill Sadler with the parasite inside him because Sadler would just be like, no, I'm controlling you now, ha ha ha. Whereas Ada doesn't really have to worry about that as much because of something that happens later on. Shoot that guy, and now we're going into what I like to call RTS camera mode. Why? Because it's top down, and what did I play the most that was top down? RTSs. Please don't get stuck. Please don't hit me. Thank you.
Yeah, so this is just like a camera trick, essentially. In the RE engine, like since RE2 Remake, enemies have strange ways of working with the way that you're looking at them. So if you look away or you look down, most enemies are prone to like not hitting you or just being late on attacks. It's weird.
They'll basically act like completely different as to if you were to look at them. Like Lickers and RE2 Remake are very much all about, if you look at them, they'll act a little bit less crazy, but if you look away, they get faster. It's very odd with just like specific enemies.
Now we're going to be introduced to what I call Plagas heads. They're basically the Lost Plagas that pop. Oh, thank you for hitting me. Ever so kind. And again, kind of trying to do the RTS camera trick, but unfortunately it didn't work. But now I'm going to switch to the rocket launcher because I won't be shooting anybody for a minute. Although, do I want to try my theory right now? I don't know. Oh, what could it hurt? So I'm switching to the flash grenade here real quick, not for this guy, because I've been having trouble RNG-wise with a certain gentleman keeping a door open. This guy right here is... Oh, wait, is he going to stay put? Is he... I don't have to try my theory! Yay!
Hey!
The theory was to throw a flash and see if it would cause him to sit there and keep the door open, because sometimes he'll run too forward. The more forward he runs, the gate closes, and it's like, could we not do that, please?
He decided to sleep in today. It's okay.
It was his birthday gift to you.
Yeah.
I wish it was my birthday gift earlier today, but you know what? It's fine. So now, blink and you'll miss it. Oh, another boss. And now we're back in the castle. This is another major change, is that Lewis is around Ada, which wasn't a thing in the original. Like, I don't think Ada and Lewis ever interact.
No. This part here is also quite interesting with Louis because he gets lost somewhere. He runs off, and Ada has to go find him. But the timer that they give you is almost unnecessary because you'll get there in time no matter what. But it's very funny to me that they made it like a timed thing, I guess, to induce panic into players.
And somehow there is a way to get ahead of Lewis here. I don't understand how it works. I'm just like, what? Because they take like this long route around, and I'm like, I don't understand what happened. Also, yay, good RNG here, because sometimes they can body block you, but the second you get down the stairs, everything despawns, and now we're in this timer section where it's like, oh, Lewis, what's happening? Also, I have no idea how Ada's not being affected by the fumes, but she's not, and that's just how it is.
She's got many immunities, I guess.
Super spy technology.
It's something like that. She's got some funky stuff going on in her eye.
Indeed. And of course, you want to keep Lewis behind you because if he gets in front of you, prepare for time loss because he is so slow at climbing this ladder coming up. It's not even funny. It's just like, please, sir, climb
Loves to take his
faster.
time. Even in main game, Luis is quite a slow boy. He loves to take his time on just getting from point A to point B.
Indeed. And of course, if he gets to that lock first, he's like, oh no, I lost the key. What am I supposed to do? And it's like, sir, I just saw you holding a gun. Come on now. And now I need to switch to the shotgun. Constantly switching weapons and having to be aware of what I'm currently holding because I need different weapons for different things as we pick up a stone tablet. And then one shot. This shotgun is so weird because it's almost like a sniper rifle. Because sometimes the further, like, see how far away I was and I killed that guy? Like, it is so weird because the closer you are, the less chance you have to kill. And it's like, huh, all right.
That's like an anti-shotgun almost.
Indeed. And guess what? It's a sawed-off shotgun at that. So
Yeah, Ada's shotgun is actually more powerful than
so good.
Leon's shotguns.
Oh, that's cool.
I love Resident Evil shotguns.
come on.
They're always so fun.
there we go. And there we go. Ingredient number 1. We're currently grabbing 3 ingredients to make new medicine. We just got the red ink. Don't ask me how a red ink, a gold bottle, and a blue butterfly somehow make a suppressant. I'm not a doctor.
Resident Evil logic, I'm telling you, it's always messy.
True. All right, now we have my favoriteest puzzle in the game. Hopefully it doesn't mess with me. Why would it ever do that? Switch to the heavy grenade because we're gonna pull off some shenanigans. Kind of get close, turn, throw, quickly grab before the explosion. If the explosion goes off before the grab, the trick doesn't work. But we got it. Oh, shoot. Okay, hold on. Okay, cool. Oh, fudge. Oh, come on. Are you kidding me? Ugh, darn it. Wait, is it?
This
Are you, okay,
requires,
cool. I thought
this spot here requires you to shoot specific little like hanging plates there. So you have to shoot specific ones to unlock the doors, and you have to do it obviously in a timely manner. So it can be a little panic-inducing when it doesn't happen right away. But you got
Gotcha.
it. You made it out.
Yeah, the way what we had wanted was that I would hit the fish door, like the door of the fish, and it would hit one of the snakes, and then you pull out the pistol to hit the second snake, and then you're golden. But unfortunately, it decided to go past and do shenanigans, because of course the puzzle does shenanigans. Why wouldn't it do shenanigans? And now we have the Plagas armors. But they're kind of a pushover in this difficulty because rocket launcher. So we run over here. 1, 2.
You get a rocket launcher, and you get a rocket launcher, and everybody gets a rocket launcher.
Some people go clockwise. I don't like that because I tend to get hit by somebody. So that's why I do it like that. But it is what it is. And now we're going to get the third ingredient. But first we have to deal with the one and only Gloria Las Plagas man that Ada has to deal with.
Yeah, I love that guy. Just kidding.
No, nobody loves that guy. He's kind of a jerk.
True.
Now we're running, doing all of the things. We're going to be ignoring most of it. And also we are coming across the third guaranteed Plagas head because what the Gloria Las Plagas man likes to do is he likes to make Plagas heads happen. And apparently I completely missed him. Thanks, game. But even if he doesn't do his chant, this person will always be a Plagas head regardless. So That is the third guaranteed. The rest are all RNG as far as I'm aware. As we are heading towards the end of Chapter 4, currently in terms of where the plot is for Leon, we're heading into the end of Chapter 9 for him. There we go. And we're not gonna go find any treasures or anything. There's actually quite a few treasures you can find. We don't need those. And I don't know why people are spilling so much yellow paint around, but they really like spilling their yellow paint.
And Luis also likes to use a lot of red paint.
This way, by the way.
Indeed. And it took me a while to realize where that red... I was like, what is that red paint? And I'm like, wait, I handed him a jar of ink, right? I was like, is he killing people and using their blood? I was so confused. And then I remembered, okay, so maybe he's not using all of that ink for medical purposes.
Like I had this whole like grand explanation, and it's like, oh, it's just ink. Huh.
Yeah.
Thought Luis was up to no good. We were wrong.
And instead of going RTS camera here, I just do the I'm going to hit him because I don't trust him, because every time that I try to do the RTS camera method, he just causes me problems. So I'm just like, no, we're going to do this the old-fashioned way because the other two never do anything, or it's very, very rare. And then
enemies with enemies with no weapons as well are also far more terrifying than like enemies with weapons. I swear, they're very grabby.
Indeed. And even though I have an infinite knife and don't have to worry about them grabbing me for that long, it's still like, come on, let's go. So here we go. We're in the Novistador Hive. This is sort of an area from the original RE4 that was not in RE4 Remake Leon. So it's back here for Ada. But of course, we need to drain. Actually, no, you still had to drain the water in original. It's been a while, but I kind of still remember stuff, as I should. It's probably the game that I've played the most in existence. But so we use the bolt gun to open that lock early, spin this 4 times, water is drained. It's funny, she says, I'm not swimming in that, which is the whole purpose, the whole reason we're draining it. But it's like, she still gets soaked head to toe, so it's like, okay.
I like that it says splish splash. Splish splash, I was taking a bath.
Yeah, I love that Lewis is such a silly character in this.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the opportunity to be like that in the original, so.
And then there we go. Say hello to the giant fish. Each character gets a giant fish. Leon gets a giant fish, and Ada gets a giant fish. And sir, I will need you to die. Thank you. And of course,
this fish has a way cooler name, though. The Lord of the Waterway. Like, what?
The Lord of the Waterway?
Yeah.
yeah.
That fish is an
That's
OG.
pretty metal.
Indeed. And then on higher difficulties, you have to fight 2 of these guys. Here we only fight 1. And of course, rocket launcher. And then, remember that boss that we've been running into at least on 2 different occasions? I hope you're ready for deja vu, but with a bit of a twist.
I'm holding my eyes open so I don't blink.
I feel like I've been to this place before. Da, da, da.
Now, for whatever reason, during this elevator ride, they don't also allow you to pull out your gun, but you can do a cat knife dance. So that's what I do. I do the cat knife dance. Because I gotta wait here anyway, so might as well dance.
Cat knife dance, the cat knife dance. Gotta do the cat knife dance.
It's like Neon Cat, you're excused. Cat dance, or cat knife dance, we're in.
So there we go. And then we're running. And oh no, screeching. There we go. Ta-da!
Nice. Oh, hi, you 3. What's up, buddy? Oh, bye, buddy.
Oh, well then.
Yep. Blink and you miss
hi,
it.
you three. Hi, buddy. Bye, buddy.
And then Lewis calls us, and again, no audio here. It's just all of this exposition, all of this speech unheard. Although there is one line that Lewis is about to say that I strongly disagree with. He says he's grateful that he gets to be a good old Samaritan. And it's like, sir, you helped an evil company create bioweapons. Then you helped an evil cult create more bioweapons of a different variety. There is nothing good Samaritan about you.
But he wrote Splish Splash for
He's just a silly little guy. Come on.
So now we're chasing after Krauser. That's another difference. Krauser, of course, is not working with Wesker to revive Umbrella. And so Ada and Krauser have no connection whatsoever. They don't even meet. So that's another thing that is changed from OG to remake.
If anything, they got beef.
Indeed.
Yeah.
And then 1, 2, 3. On professional, you gotta do 4. It falls way too fast. So there we go. Again, more yellow paint. They need to hire some better painters, methinks.
And I had a pretty big stock of yellow paint around here. We're just
Indeed.
dropping it everywhere.
And this poor merchant keeps setting up shop, and it's like, I've got interesting things, and I'm like, I'm good.
Please, stranger, please buy something. I'm going to go out of business, please.
Something I love about the separate ways merchant spots is that, like, where he sets up shop, it's mostly terrible spots. Like, you shouldn't be there at all. This is not the place to be. This is not the place to set up shop.
Indeed.
I just find that really funny.
Now, I apologize because I'm going to say I'm going to die about 50,000 times right now because I'm going to die, 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 I'm going to die. Okay, we made it. That, I don't know if I'm going to live a good 90% of the time I do this. So I'm just like, oh no. Okay, we're good.
It's fine.
And then
That first cycle, that's tough.
there we go.
That's impressive.
All right, here we go. Time to throw us some flash grenade. Thank you for missing me. Flash grenade number 1. Please miss me. Flash
Yeah, the
grenade.
staircase is kind of a nightmare with like how many enemies block, so these flash nades are very much so needed.
And we made it through. And now we
Flashlights and RE4 are definitely just needed everywhere.
Yeah.
And now we go on the long elevator ride. Wesker's gonna call us a disappointment. Listening to the dialogue or watching the scene doesn't change anything, but whereas it's still a half talk conversation, I usually skip it and make sure I'm fully reloaded because I have the time because this elevator ride kind of takes a second.
I like how he says you're not fast enough in this section, or he's like disappointed that you're not doing it fast enough or whatever, but it's like, I've been doing this, it's been 25 minutes, Wesker. How fast do you want it to be?
He wants it real fast. And there we go. Right, I need
historically, he's a very impatient man, so.
Oh, very.
Indeed, but he is best boy, so, you know, we can make some exceptions. And then
Catboy Wesker win.
there needs to be...
There's a mod for that.
Yeah,
I'd be stunned if there wasn't.
There needs to be... I kind of want an RE for our Wesker DLC because the spoilers. Wesker somehow gets Krauser's body, and it's like, can we get DLC for like what he's doing while he's not checking on Ada, please? Because there are a bunch of points where like we're meeting up with Wesker and he's like, go do this, go do that. And it's like, can we team with him? Can we like see what he's doing? They're not gonna do it, but I wish they did. So here we go. Please don't hit me. Good, nobody's hitting me. But now it comes the most annoying part because we have to make sure a cowman dies. Otherwise, we could get clotheslined. And also, we got to make sure that everybody's dead because the hitbox for when they will let me ride this elevator is super weird because they could be all the way at the other door and it'll be like, nah, you can't ride this. And I mean, what do you mean I can't ride this? No, you cannot ride this. And I'm like, come on.
Yeah, the elevators in separate ways are very finicky like that. A lot of them will do that where you have to not have enemies nearby before you can use the elevator, and it's always just like, can you please just let me through, just let me through.
Oh no,
please,
he's alive. I think we're good. We're good.
Yay!
Yeah.
Throw the flash. Make sure that door stays open. Oh no, this guy's still alive. Hopefully people's hitboxes aren't in my way. Uh-oh. Thank you. Don't kick me. Thank you.
Ooh.
Ooh, that was a dodge.
All right, now we have to deal with regenerators. That's also another difference. Ada has to deal with regenerators. I don't believe she deals with them in original. Don't believe. But now she does. There are 5 in total that she can deal with, though 2 of them are optional. They're for merchant quests. Obviously, we're not doing merchant quests, but they are optional, of course.
Hey, buddy. I like how that guy was just sitting there.
Which is just another day at the office, and there goes a cat girl. Okay.
There we go. And surprising enough, when I take this power supply, they didn't add something, no matter what the difficulty, to like jump scare you. It seemed like the perfect jump scare opportunity, but no. There's just nothing once you pick this up. Like, the lights go down and everything, and it's like, there's nothing.
I have a question for Ada. Where does she put that thing?
No.
Where does that go, Ada? Like, where?
I mean, to be fair, her other costumes don't have the ammo belts and stuff, so it's like, where does everything go at that point?
True.
There are some impressive hidden pockets in that dress. That's all I can say.
It's one of my favorite things.
I need a dress like that.
Right.
Like, Resident Evil does that so often. Like in Resident Evil Village, when Ethan just puts the giant chalice in his back pocket. Like,
Yeah.
like what?
Like, Ethan, where exactly is that going? Your jacket is not that
Right?
got that deep of a pocket, okay?
Yeah.
Cartoon logic.
4-foot stone statue.
Also, we got the good RNG on the Regenerator and the Iron Maiden especially. If the Iron Maiden is running at you, there's a good chance you can just run past it with very little resistance. If he's walking, prepare to get hit. The second Regenerator, you can just run by 9 times out of 10. First Regenerator, I usually shoot him just to get him out of the way. And then you wouldn't think that the pistol would be the best option here, but guess what? The pistol's the best option here. But fun fact, if you kill someone too quickly, you'll actually have another extra enemy that you have to kill. So you kind of want to wait a second before shooting this guy or the other guy, because another guy will show up right next to him if you do. On the left, there we go.
Oh, see, actually, I did not know that.
I didn't either till I started killing things too quickly. So yeah, there will be a second crossbow guy right there if you kill too quickly. Whoops. There we go.
Sorry, fellas. Nothing personnel.
They didn't bring their tickets, so.
Yeah.
Right?
Also,
Ada's
I
the
want to know
Ticketmaster.
what carnival has these as a ride, because she says not her favorite carnival ride, and I'm like, what carnival ride has these? I have not seen. Canada's Wonderland doesn't have these as a ride.
The industrial gondola. Please, mommy, can we go on the industrial gondola?
So we're going to blow these up, and then I hope you're all ready to see someone not know the cha-cha slide. So we're going to run up here as fast as humanly possible. And then we've got Mr. Baseball Bat here. And he's going to do, or pretend to do, the cha-cha slide, but he slides to the right first instead of the left, therefore missing us.
Yeah, that was a slide. That was a definite slide right there.
And then
Amateur move.
I know.
we're going to wait here. And are you all ready for memes? Yes.
I love you.
Always.
We're just going to...
Oh,
Oh, wait. No, come on. Oh, of course.
oh,
No.
sir.
No, I
sir.
didn't do it right. It's fine. We're
We're gonna
doing
have
this
to
old
ask
school.
you to go in. Oh,
Old school way, unfortunately. But
is
you can
so-
totally push him into that, and it's hilarious. Shoutouts to Dangerous for showing me that yesterday, and I was like, oh my god.
yeah. In main game as well, you would normally use the enemy bodies to get hit by the lasers, which would allow you to be able to run just right through. Super nice. Heavily inconsistent sometimes because of enemy RNG and just dependent on what they do.
Yeah. If you're wondering why, Abby didn't stun the enemy, it's because it's unassisted, so they're just gonna die before you
Yeah.
can even get them into the turret laser.
Yeah.
So a bit tricky on New Game Plus.
Oh, oh, right. I already blew it up. That's right. Cool. We're good. And I hope you're all ready to see our lizard friend, because it's lizard friend time.
Ooh.
Ace. And of course, the codes never change unless you go on higher difficulty. I'm assuming that hardcore and professional have the same codes, and standard and assisted have the same codes, kind of like Ashley's clock time in the Ashley section for Leon.
That is correct.
Excellent. So here we go. Opening the things. Please don't run into walls, Ada. It'd be so nice if you didn't.
Also, did you call this monster a lizard?
Yes.
Okay, I can kind of see that.
Yeah, I can see it.
He's got like the hunter mouth going on.
Yeah.
Battle Toad.
It's like if a hunter had, the physique of a meatball.
Also, fun fact, I didn't know about the other way you can get past him. I thought you always had to blow up the wall. Also, for some reason, he's very hungry and wants to eat us despite the fact that there was food right by his foot. So that's a thing.
Well, Maxie mentioned meatballs, so of course he's going to be hungry now.
Yes, but there was food that wasn't moving by his feet. But he wants the moving one.
Not as exciting.
It's
Right?
about the chase for some animals, I guess.
Fair enough. And now we're going to damage boost ourselves. Fun fact, I thought damage boosting could work against the other, the turrets, but no. You will die. Fun fact, in the PB that I got during practice, the turret actually hit me, but somehow didn't kill me. And I was like, okay.
Spooky. And the death animation for Ada in that laser section is actually kind of brutal too. If she gets if you miss like the QTE for it, it's just like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's a little much.
Now, is that in the original RE4, or is someone just a really big fan of the first movie?
Leon
does
has
go
it.
through lasers. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Leon has
That's
the
how the
lasers.
original got the inspiration for it. Is the movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then here comes our lizard friend, and I hope you're all ready for some lizard sushi. Because that's a happening. Because it turns out there is something that can hurt this thing. lasers, specifically blue lasers. And, well, the red ones kind of hurt, but the blue ones turn it into sushi, but we're not going to see that. Actually, you know what? Let's watch it. Oh no, not the slow-mo.
Bye-bye, lizard.
And so ends the tale of our lizard friend.
Goodbye, Mr. Lizard.
And now it's
Now sushi.
And now it is time for the final chapter, not to be confused with Friday the 13th, the final chapter, which was not the final chapter. There was another 5 movies after that. This is indeed the final chapter. So I use the bow gun here because sometimes rocket explosions don't kill things. So we're just going to do that one. Please don't hit me. Thank you. Please also don't hit me. Also, thank you. And did somebody order explosions? Torque would be very happy, but this isn't Borderlands, so he doesn't know about these. Nobody needs to tell him. Unfortunately, we got flinched there, but that's fine. Please move. There we go. And then we switch to the flash grenades so that we can blind people so that we can take the next elevator. The reason I rocket launcher there is so that the Borman dies. Unfortunately, the bow gun is not powerful enough to kill it in one shot, so rocket launcher it is. And did somebody order a flash? There we go. And then heal, because I got hit. Very unfortunate. And
Good thing you have 20 heals in there.
indeed. And switch to the rocket launcher, and we'll be doing one final RTS camera because, again, Novistadors are nice to me when I do this. So I'm like, okay, this works. And we duck, and we run. There's the audio cue. Because, again, I can't see where the pillars are when doing that. And then we get told to join a covenant. No, don't do that. Never join a covenant whatsoever. Don't do it. It's a bad idea. And then you have to look at this. And then, oh no. We have 4 minutes and 40 seconds to win. I don't know if we can do it, guys. I don't know.
I don't know. It's pretty tight.
Hard sell.
Also, there are rocket launcher guys everywhere. Switching to shotgun, specifically.
And this section is very scary with the rocket launchers.
There we go, so we don't get grabbed. Double grapple kick, switching back to the rocket launcher. There's going to be a lot of switching between weapons here. Nice. The explosion worked. Switching back to not rocket launcher, shotgun. And then just ignore the shield guy. Very nice of him to just allow me to pass like that. Kabam. And kabam. And cut and run. Of course, on professional, there's a cowman and a boar man, so it's like, oh no. And then we switch back to the rocket launcher for the rest of the game. Of course, we got rocket launchers. They won't fire on you if you're that close to them, which is nice. And then we grabbed the special rocket launcher, and Ada references RE2. Because, guess what? Apparently it was Ada that gave Leon the rocket for the Super Mr. X tyrant thing.
No way.
How dare.
I had no idea. There was.
How would we have ever known?
Yeah.
I know, right?
Immersion ruined.
Yeah.
And here we go. Oh, I didn't.
I thought it was Kendo.
Oh.
My boy, Kenda.
And oh, come on, dude. What?
Oh. It's okay. We get back up.
Recoverable.
Indeed. Flash grenade for the win. There we go. We got the deed. and Ashley, who I didn't change outfits for, even though I said I was going to do that, 4 times today? Oops.
She looks great in her night outfit.
And then in, I don't know how many seconds, that'll be time. I don't actually know when time is actually called in the run, but we're gonna call it right now. That is time. Because we throw the rocket launcher to Leon, and all the things happen. Hooray! We did it again.
GG's.
GG.
Now, Wesker, will you be proud finally, please?
We stole the amber, though. We didn't give the amber to Wesker.
Yeah, he gonna be mad. Never mind.
Yeah.
Right?
And for whatever reason doesn't decide to kill Ada. Or he has the total option to do that, but doesn't. But yes, this has been Resident Evil 4 Remake Separate Ways, or Resident Evil 4 2023 Separate... I don't know how people are referring to this game. I keep calling it Remake.
Sorry for our separate ways. That's what I say.
Yes.
Throw a dart at a dartboard of names, and that's the name for the day.
Yes.
Indeed. Maxie, would you like to tell the fine people watching at home where they can find you?
You can find me twitch.tv/MaxieLobes. I do cool things there. Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah.
And Kat, would you like to tell the fine people watching at home where they can find you?
I don't know. You can find me at twitch.tv/catlink. I do a lot of horror stuff, speedruns, challenge runs, all sorts of stuff.
Yes.
Abby,
Yes.
what about you?
Yeah.
Where can the people find you?
You can find me at twitch.tv/Abby's Corner. And I do a lot of speed runs and not playing Super Mario RPG like I said I would several months ago. It's also my birthday, as we've mentioned like bajillions of times. But yeah.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, you can follow me there. I stream a lot, and usually a speed run of some sort, although I have no events coming up, so I have no idea what I'm streaming. Maybe I'll finally play End of Zoe. Maybe I'll play that Super Mario RPG remake I just mentioned. Who knows? But yes.
I will say, Abby's been doing a whole lot of heckin' grinding on this particular category, and it's been really fun watching our wonderful birthday girl putting in PB after PB after PB. Like, it's been cool, not gonna lie.
Yay!
I just see that smirk of Abby going, why is she bringing this up? Why? Because you deserve all the heckin' love and fluff, and everybody should give some GGs to the wonderful trio that is Abby's Cat and Maxie. And again, give a little bit more birthday love to Abby. So yeah. But that is officially it for this awesome Holiday Nightmare episode of Express Lane. And I'll see you in 2 weeks. But just so you're, if you hit exclamation schedule in chat, you can find out that schedule. But we do have some more wonderful speed runs coming up tomorrow. Starting at 7 p.m. Eastern, we have Game Masters with a whole bunch of marble rollers with Super Monkey Ball 1 and 2 and a community pack, followed by How to Train a Speedrunner with that wonderful Super Mario RPG remake. So I hope to see you all in 2 weeks for our New Year's Day episode. But otherwise, y'all have a good night, and you're super cute and awesome. So, and happy birthday, Abby.
Thank you.
But until next time, bye-bye.